Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today I want to speak about a very important lesson that I learned during my journey as an entrepreneur, or something that I wish I would have learned sooner, is how important it is to build your own personal branding in parallel to the branding of your company and brand. Now, when I say this, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that work needs to give you a sense of identity. But that is a truth that we cannot deny. Work does give us or contributes to our sense of identity. I'm not even trying to say that use this as your ticket to fame or your stardom, although the objectives are extremely personal. What I'm trying to say is that irrespective of whether you are an entrepreneur or an actor or a medical professional, engineer, or a working professional, building your own personal branding is extremely important because it takes you one step closer to your target audience, and secondly, it helps you demarcate yourself from your competitors and peers. Now, one interesting exercise when you start planning your personal branding is how we often do an analysis of what is our brand's USP or our company's USP or what is the moat. The same applies for our own selves, right? But please keep in mind that the more authentic and real you are, the higher your credibility is, and the more your target audience feels connected to you. And it's fair to invest in that exercise because you wouldn't want to appear as a copy paste version of someone else, right? So, building your own unique persona or letting your own uniqueness come out to your target audience is extremely crucial while you are doing your personal branding. To make your personal branding more sustainable, it is extremely crucial and important that you remain true to who you actually are, who you really are. Of course, ornamenting that content does help because people love to see content which is very aesthetic, which is very beautiful, but don't let the main messaging be hidden or be lost in that process. So remember, the first rule of personal branding is to remain true to who you really are, is to be extremely authentic, and it is extremely important that the objectives of your personal branding are in coherence with the objective of your brand or your company or whatever is it that you are doing on a professional capacity. Now, before we jump further, let us first understand why is personal brand needed. Previously, before the internet era, we didn't need to sell ourselves much. We had a very close, proximate group of friends, family, acquaintances, and we could sell our products and services in that circle itself. Now, post the internet era, and especially in today's times when social media is booming and there's so much of content everywhere around, it becomes extremely difficult for your relevant audience to reach you. Personal branding will help you get these opportunities and will help you connect with your target audience better. With your personal branding, it also helps your target audience to get a sense of who you are and what you are as a person based on what they see. Unfortunately, a lot of personal branding that you see is driven by PR, and that is not necessarily wrong when it comes to your brand or your company. But when it comes to your own personal branding, try to remain as authentic and as honest as possible and refrain from any present trends or gimmicks, because that is not sustainable in the long run. Now, before we hop on further, let's first understand what is personal branding. Personal branding is nothing but a sum of your experiences, expertise, competencies, actions, achievements, who you are as a person. You mix everything up. You are known within a community or a professional field at large. Basically, personal branding is nothing but a bridge that is going to connect you with your target audience. So personal branding is nothing but a sum of three factors. One, what is it that people see you in real life? Two, what is it that your online persona reflects? And three, your product or your service or your work that you do and your expertise in totality. So remember, for your personal brand to be extremely successful, these three elements should align. Now let me give you an example. Dia Mirza, she is one of the most known and reputed actresses of Indian film industry. But if you notice her persona or the social image that she has presented herself on her Instagram, she always associates herself with sustainability, slow living, refrains from fast fashion. She also invests in eco-friendly companies. So it is but obvious that when there is something that involves sustainability, she would be the ambassador or someone that you would like to associate with. So this is why I am focusing on the importance of personal branding. So when you work on your own personal branding, parallelly with the branding of your company and brand, your target audience, or people who would want to associate themselves with you on a professional level, that route becomes a lot simplified, clear and easier. So let me give you another example. Let's assume you are a lawyer and you have a very high success rate of defending clients. You have commendable professional integrity. You have an in-depth legal and research expertise. So this professional branding, this personal branding of yours helps you gain new clients, safeguards your career and shows your professional worth. Now let's imagine when you open up your Facebook account or your Instagram account, your friends are constantly tagging you partying, or you are seen partying, you are seen doing something which is in complete opposite to who you really are professionally, or is completely on the other end of the spectrum when it comes to your professional expertise. It is but natural that people would be apprehensive or skeptical to be associated with you in a professional capacity. And they are not wrong, because your online persona would reflect something which is in complete opposite to your professional caliber or your professional expertise. So do you notice the problem here? How people see you, perceive you in real life or on social life does not stand in correspondence with what you professionally stand for. And that's a clear mismatch or an unsuccessful personal branding. Now don't get me wrong, I am completely aware of the old proverb which says all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So it is okay for people to see you when you unwind, or when you are having a good time, or when you are on vacation, but to associate you with only that aspect of your persona would not give them a complete picture of your personal and professional branding. So when you are doing that, please remember it is extremely crucial for you to align all your aspects. For example, how you unwind, how do you like to relax, what are your passion, what are your hobbies, what are your learnings from your professional experience or your professional journey, how does your day-to-day work look like, how are your dynamics with your friends, family, colleagues, your interpersonal relationships, everything in totality. Unless what you are professionally does not correspond to who you actually want to be. For example, you might be a fantastic lawyer or a highly successful lawyer, but you have a very, very strong passion and a strong desire to be identified or associated with art, or to be identified as a painter. Then you tweak your online and personal branding in that direction. Hope this helps. Guys, do you know what is interesting? I am sitting here making this video on personal branding, but I am working on my personal branding as well. So this journey we are going to grow together, learn from each other. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if there's anything in particular that you want me to cover or speak about. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about these 7 steps that will help you draft the outline or strategize on how to build your own personal brand. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am learning and growing as well. So be kind, and let me know what else I can do to help you in your journey.